speaking of things coming back and making a comeback and just learning more about old things, we're getting a biopic, a musical biopic again. Not again, but another musical biopic. It seems like every year we get at least one. We've had Rocket Man, Bohemian Rhapsody. I don't know. There were some other ones. They're a hot commodity. We seem to get one or a few of them every few years. But now we are going way back, and we are apparently getting a biopic about the Bee Gees. Didn't see that one coming. and we got a high-profile director attached to it as well. Apparently, Kenneth Branagh has been tapped to direct the untitled Bee Gees biopic for Paramount. Paramount has also tapped screenwriter Ben Elton to draft the film's screenplay. Elton also wrote Branagh's 2018 dramatic biography, All Is True, wherein the director starred as William Shakespeare. Additionally, the sole surviving brother of the original Bee Gees trio, Barry Gibb, is reportedly heavily involved in the narrative of the film. He will also serve as an executive producer. Last year, Gibb aided in the construction of HBO's archival Bee Gees documentary, How Can You Mend a Broken Heart? The rights to the Bee Gees biopic initially got slated at Paramount in late 2019 by Bohemian Rhapsody producer Graham King at GK Films. Okay. I'd be down with this, I guess. I'm not like super hyped about it, but the Bee Gees were really big for their time. Are they as time? I mean, I get some of the Bee Gees, the enigma, the thought of the Bee Gees. When you think the Bee Gees, you think disco, you think the 70s. So I guess they have that. They are in the popular zeitgeist for that they kind of embody the 70s disco culture. But beyond that, I don't know. Do they go beyond that? I don't really think so. I mean, there was Saturday Night Fever and things like that. The whoo, staying alive. Yeah, I just did that. The staying alive thing, everybody knows that. That's them, by the way. But I don't know. Do we need maybe we do. Maybe there's more to the Bee Gees that I just don't know, and that's why we need a biopic. Is it that we need a biopic of the Bee Gees, or is it that they're running out of artists that are really popular and are willing to let them make a biopic about them? I don't know. I mean, they were big, but I just don't feel like they have like something like Bohemian Rhapsody and Rocket Man, which Elton John and Queen, they're kind of timeless. Those groups of people or persons are very timeless. Their music is still big today. The Bee Gees, I mean, besides, the one Staying Alive iconic song, which is probably going to be timeless. That's one song. They themselves, I wouldn't say are timeless. I mean, I don't think that people recognize Queen. They recognize Elton John. What's another one? Prince. Can we get a Prince biopic, by the way? I'm sure somebody's working on that. They recognize these artists. I don't think everybody recognizes the Bee Gees. I mean, maybe people that were around when the Bee Gees were a thing, they recognize them, but I mean, does your average 18-year-old, 19, 20-year-old nowadays recognize the Bee Gees? Hell no. Not your average, not even your non-average one. No, they just don't. So, but who knows? I mean, Kenneth Branagh is a very talented director. He's directed some really good films. He typically is not involved in a movie unless it is of a higher quality. I will give him that. And, I don't know much about the writer, the screenwriter, Ben Elton. I'm not familiar with his work, but I will say that Branagh seems to be a very passionate director who is, he's a classically trained actor who moved into directing, and he's done some really great things in the director's seat. So, I mean, I'm not opposed to this. I just don't know. Apparently there's a story here. I'm just not aware of it. When it came to the other ones, I was always like, yeah, there's a story there. Queen, definitely a story there. Elton John, absolutely. The guy was a nut. Like drugs and everything, not like crazy, but just all over the place. But the Bee Gees, maybe, I guess. We'll find out whenever this comes out. It's being worked on now. They got a director, so I mean they're moving forward with it. So To all the Bee Gees fans out there who have just been waiting for that biopic to get announced, here you go. I guess the Bee Gees are coming. The biopic from a renowned director and actor, Kenneth Branagh. So it'll at least be made well and probably acted really well, because he's one of those directors who is like an actor's director. So he usually gets really good performances out of his actors. And I don't think the guy picks bad. I don't think he would have picked this or gone with this if there wasn't a story to tell that is interesting. But I guess we'll find out in the coming year or two whenever the Bee Gees biopic comes out. How much you want to bet it's going to be called Staying Alive, though? I mean, really. What else could it be called? Thanks for checking out this clip from the JarCast Movie Podcast. If you like this and want more, then check out the JarCast live stream every Tuesday night at 9 p.m. Central Time on the Jacob Anders Review YouTube channel, where you can also find movie reviews every Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and Sunday. You can also listen to the entire podcast on all major podcasting platforms such as Spotify, Google, and iTunes. So if you prefer audio, whichever one is your preferred, check it out there. Once again, I really appreciate it, and thanks for watching. And as always, stay sexy, YouTube.